So this format right here is called standard form. And that's when it looks like y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's your standard form. When you need to find the vertex of that, we're going to learn later how to do something called complete the square, but that's in next 6 weeks, not this one. So for right now, you just need this little formula. So the formula says that h, the h portion, your vertex is h comma k. The h is equal to negative b over 2a. Right, so you need this formula. Negative b over 2a. So if we look at this equation that we have here, b is 6. So I have negative 6 over 2 times a is 3. So I have negative 6 over 6, which is negative 1. So my h value here is negative 1. Now, if I know h is the x value, how do I find the y value that goes with it? Plug it in. So we go back to this equation, and we k, my pen's not right, k is equal to 3 times negative 1 squared plus 6 times negative 1 minus 4. Negative 1 squared is positive, so that becomes 3. Plus negative 1 times 6 is minus 6 minus 4. So 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. So then what you would type into this box is, or into these two boxes, you would type in negative 1, negative 7. So you need this formula. For today on your quiz, you may use the packet that I gave you that has the formulas on it. You are going to have a formula chart for your test next class. It will look very similar to that packet. So you just need to be sure you know how to use that today. Do you know what I'm talking about? Page 68 or 69 from the one you did with the textbook. This one, this page 68, the one that was stapled together, the one that you used the day you read from the textbook. Go ahead and take that out. I'm going to let you use it on your quiz, and I'm going to give you a formula chart that has this information on it for the day of the test to help you with finding the vertex and the focus and the equations. This page here. So on this page, you can write that. H is equal to negative b over 2a. And then to find the k, you plug in whatever you get for h, you plug it in. So if you want to write that on here now so you won't forget it, since we're just now going over it, you can use that for your quiz today. H is equal to negative b over 2a, and k is equal to the function evaluated at h. All right, so did everybody get that? You need to take out this paper so you'll have it for your quiz. It's the packet that was stapled together, and it's page 68.
We can't remediate this, right?
The remediation for the quiz is to do better on the test, and I'll replace the quiz with your test grade.
But I did better on the test, and you would still put my grade better.
I don't change your test grade based on your quiz. I change your quiz grade based on your test.
So whatever you get on your test, you get on the test and the quiz?
If you do better on the test, you get that same grade on the test and the quiz. If you did better on the quiz, whatever you made on the test just stays what you made on the test.
So like if I get a 30 on the quiz, but 100 on the test,
Then you'll get 100 on the quiz.
But that's not what I got for
Okay, after you finish today's quiz, come in and we'll look at it. And then if your study groups meet, you need to get study group forms so you can meet. Then that'll add 10 points to your test grade also. Okay, so any questions about how to find the vertex given the standard form? That was the first skill you're supposed to practice in your Brain Genie. Now, your Brain Genie is not due until next class, but what I suggested was that you at least attempt one of each problem by today so that you would be, why is it? Oh, it's because I got this thing on. So given a vertex and a point, you use the vertex form. Use the vertex form. So we know the vertex is at 1, -2. So I know that I have y equals a, x minus 1 squared minus 2. Shh. You should be paying attention to the screen. You have to do this in just a couple of minutes. So we use the vertex form. We plug in the vertex. Now we need to solve for a. Right? So this was the vertex. This is the point. So this is x and this is y. So we put y is 2 equals a. X is 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So we get 4a minus 2. Then we add the 2. 4a is equal to 4. So a is equal to 1. So then my equation is, this is my equation, except I have to put the 1 in for a. But since it's 1, we don't write it. So my final answer is y equals x minus 1 squared minus 2. So this is the answer to this question. Because a is 1, but we don't write it. So that's vertex and a point. You use the vertex form. Questions about that? Okay. So Intercept Form. So we're going to set it up that our x-intercepts are x equals -5 and x equals 7. We change those into factors by moving it to the other side. So we get x plus 5 equals 0 and x minus 7 equals 0. So we have y equals, we don't know the a value, but we know we have x plus 5 and x minus 7. Okay, there's too much talking. So we have to solve for the a, so we use this point, which is 10 and 135, is that what that says? So y is 135 equals a times 10 plus 5 times 10 minus 7. So 135 equals 10 plus 5 is 15. 10 minus 7 is 3. 15 times 3 is 45. So then we divide both sides by 45. 45 and 45 is 90 plus 4, so that's 3. So a is equal to 3. So we need 3 times x plus 5 times x minus 7. Which is a. Questions? Questions? So we have 0, 7, 2, 7. I need it. And -3, -8. So these are the 3 points. Shh. Camilla, please stop talking. Shh. Camacho, please stop talking. The people who want to hear the review can't. So we know these are the X and the Y points, and we know we have standard form. So we have 7 is equal to A times 0 squared plus B times 0 plus C. For this one, we have 7 is equal to A times 2 squared plus B times 2 plus C. This one is -8 equals A times -3 squared plus B times -3 plus C. So that's 0, that's 0. So 7 is equal to C. The next one is 7 is equal to 2 squared is 4A plus 2B plus C. And the last one is -8 is equal to -3 squared is 9A minus 3B plus C. So then you're going to set up the matrix. Remember that you have to, that it's written, that the numbers are written on the left, but they have to be on the right in the matrix. So we have no A, no B. We have 1C is equal to 7. We have 4A, 2B, 1C is equal to 7. And we have 9A, -3B, and 1C is equal to -8. Then you put it in the matrix on the calculator. You do RREF of your matrix, and you get your solution. Just remember that the numbers still have to go over here. Questions? I think you wrote it on one of the, I told you could write it on either your notes, your own paper, or on one of the papers we were working on when we were taking notes that day. Yeah, that looks good.
And do I have to exercise?
It'll be easier for you to write the equations if it's not so. Because see, if you write the equations here, you're going to have to deal with decimal points. If you spread it out on the grid, this is fine for you. This is like a rough draft. But if you spread it out on the grid so that this could be, over 5 or 10, the numbers could be bigger. It's easier for you. Yes.
The equation by A parentheses X squared.
Yes. Yeah, it's y equals a x squared plus b x plus c. Okay. This question that I just went over is a free response. You're going to have to write it out. You're going to have to write the matrix, type the matrix in on the quiz. There's going to be a box for you to type in. You're going to have to type in the matrix and type in the answer. So it'll take me a little bit of time to go in and grade those so that you can see your results, so you can see your final results. There's a way to insert a table, but if you just type them in a row, that'll be fine. Okay, so that covers pretty much everything you're supposed to know for your quiz. So now you have 45 minutes. It's in Schoology. Do you have any other questions for me before you take it? No.
What happens if I die in the
Oh, wait, no. That's what I want to do.
Oh God?
Am I in the right? No, I'm in pre-cal. I need to be in yours. So this is section 2. So, well, then you'll know exactly what to study, so you'll do better on the test. I mean, that's the point. It's like I'm giving you a practice test. It's so you know what you do know and what you don't know between now and the test. Okay, so go to Schoology, Tests and Quizzes, Unit 2.2, and you'll see Quiz 2-2 Quadratics. Schoology, Quiz 2-2 Quadratics. It's in the Tests and Quizzes folder and in the Unit 2.2 folder.
The parabola to like form it around shapes?
Yes. So parabolas, absolute values, and lines are the three that, and so if you look on the orange paper, it tells you I want at least one with a reflection, one with a stretch or compression. It tells you which kinds to put in which box. And then if you do beyond that, they can be whatever you want for the extra points. Okay.
You're doing the best for you. You're living your best life. I'm so happy for you. No, you haven't. That's a lie.
Okay. Shh. There should be no talking. Everybody should be working on the quiz.
The 2-2 quadratic one?
Yes.
You put start new attempt, right?
Yes.
Replace what?
The quiz grade.
You replace. Alright, I'm gonna pass it.
What are we doing? We're doing quadratics. And there's nothing in